Hello, this is going to be a bit different video than you have used to seeing on our channel. This is going to be a video that showcases and presents ham radio gear that we use in our portable operations and on our parks on the air activations and portable operations in general. Why this video? A lot of you have asked us about our configurations and setups and all things that we use for operations, so we decided to make one instead of explaining every time in comments on Instagram, Facebook and etc. So I will do the demonstration and presentation of the equipment, and Maria will kindly assist with the camera. So let's get to it. We're gonna do it like we have a backpack which contains all the stuff, and we're gonna go by unpacking the backpack and go each item by item and explain how we use it, what is used for what, and what is the purpose of every item in the backpack. If we can have a zoom here, actually, Maria, please. Okay. So this is the main compartment of the backpack. Actually, we finished one activation and we packed quickly. So basically, the rig goes here, and it sits above the another. This one is 10 amp hours life PO4 battery, and basically when we get open the rig, when we pull out the rig, of course this is the rig, Yaesu FT857D, which is all mode, all band transceiver. It is capable of pushing out 100 watts on HF bands and 40 watts on VHF and 20 watts on UHF bands. This one has taken on purpose because it is a, so to say, QRO rig, which can deliver 100 watts on HF if necessary. Most of the time we use between 50 and 80 watts and max of 20 watts when we do digital modes. Of course, there is a Portabl Serbia sticker, Parks on the Air, nothing without that. I want you to notice that there is a choke mounted here, which is constantly and permanently actually, connected to the rig, and these rails are 3D printed, of course, with interesting colors of the filament, and so it protects the connector and holds all this stuff, and there is a BNC connector for quick attachment of the cable itself. When we go further, in this main compartment, we have cables, all kinds of cables, and our latest add-on to the setup is gear that we use to do the digital modes. I was doing digital modes earlier on Parks on the Air activations. Then I stopped. We worked mostly SSB, and now we are going back to using also digital modes like FT8, FT4 and stuff like that. Okay, so next up in this compartment we have here log. It's got our own logo on it. It's an amateur radio operator's portable operations logbook. You can put your call sign here. Files for printing this logbook, if you wish, are on the website yu3fms.rs. So you can download the files and you can print it on your own. Go wild. And here is the these are some QSOs from our activations. This is brand new. So basically, yeah, you have your references, date, start hour, your call, your station call sign, operator call sign if you are operating under the some special call sign or club call sign. You've got hour, minute call sign that answers your CQ, TX report, RX report. You have a QRG mode, and there is a note. You can see that name, locator, comment, and QSL message are differently marked, and basically you use those that markdown symbols so that the fast log entry can parse that correctly for you. So moving on to the most asked piece of the equipment, which is antenna. This is actually the fishing pole that we use. It says also good luck, so thank you. And we have these loops here that we made, and basically what we do with these things that I can't remember of, and you know what they are and what they are used for. I'm going to take the smaller one. Basically we hook them up onto those loops, and we use the stakes, and in that way we anchor the pole. That way we anchor the pole, which when we open it, ta-da, there is also 3D printed plastic loop that we use to pull the wire through, but this one has broken, so it needs to be replaced. So this is the first help that we have. We use pole, of course, because we use end-fed half-wave antenna. Notice the end-fed half-wave, which is not the same as end-fed, just end-fed. There are two different kinds of end-fed antennas, and one is end-fed half-wave and the other is end-fed random wire. The random wire variant uses the 9-to-1 transformer. The end-fed half-wave that we use uses a 49-to-1 transformer inside, and the transformer inside actually is bought from eBay, and of course 3D printing with the same interesting color. The BNC connectors goes here, of course the wire antenna goes here. And we have different kind of wires. We use this to hook up the transformer itself where is needed. And on here we have the wire. The wire is 20 meters long, which makes its fundamental resonant frequency on 40 meters. The antenna is resonant without tuner also on 20 meters, on 15 meters and on 10 meters. On 40 meters, the radiation diagram is the same as of the center-fed dipole for 40 meters, and on 20 meters that radiation pattern is split in two, which means there is a null on the exact half of this wire. So you get two radiating lobes instead of one. Same thing goes for 15 meters, where, if I remember correctly, we have 3 radiating lobes, and on 10 meters, I believe, if I am not mistaken, that we have 5. It can be used on other bands as well, but you need a tuner to use it on other bands. Then we also have this smaller wire, which is cut into pieces, and each piece can be separated, which gives us fundamental frequencies for 17 meters, for 12 meters, for 17 and 12 meters. Yeah. So there's that. For 17 and 12 meters, so we can erect the antenna in almost vertical configuration. This wire goes into inverted V configuration over that fishing pole we have, And of course it can go into the NVIS configuration, although, well, yeah, 7 megahertz is basically the somewhere around top of NVIS frequencies. So there's that. We don't have anything for 80 meters. You can build a 110 nanohenries coil and put at the end of the 20-meter wire, and then add about 2.5 meters of wire, and then you have also 80 meters, basically 110 nanohenries conduct frequencies for 80 meters, and they choke everything above 5 megahertz, I think, if I remember correctly. Okay, so now on to the batteries. The well-known LiFePO4 batteries, which are excellent for amateur radio portable setups and usage, because they pack a lot of capacity in small dimensions and small weight in comparing to other technologies to use for batteries. Of course, they have drawbacks, and the main drawback is that you can't charge it when it is below zero, but that's not that big of an issue. Also, they don't have the memory effect, and they deliver very stable voltage until their capacity is almost to the end. Here we have, this is a 20 amp hours battery, and this is a 10 amp hours battery. Most of you guys abroad who are watching this, you can easily get by these batteries. Unfortunately, not here in Serbia. These batteries were kindly made with the help of my good friend who owns a battery shop. And do notice that we have Anderson power poles on every piece of gear for power that we use, because there is no male-female connector. So there is no need for you to think, do I have the right connectors for this, do I have the right connectors for that, etc. We have some extension cable for our convenience. And basically how we connect them is just that they go one into other, and the radio is ready to be operated. You don't have male and female, but they can go only one way, so you can mate it only one way. You can't mate it any other way except the one for the configuration. You can have a lot of different configurations. We are following some ham radio standards, unwritten ham radio standard for making this, because you can have it nested into one another any way you like. But we are following one standard, which is red to the right and pins to the down. Another advantage of this is that we have a high precision wattmeter and power analyzer. So we connect these to the source, and we connect this one to the load. All mates perfectly, and we can measure, I don't know if camera can catch this, but we can measure the consumption in one time, and it collects the data about current consumption over time we use it, until we unplug it and replug the source again when it resets. So nice thing to have. So for example, if we want to change the battery quickly, we just unhook it here, we hook it here, and that's it. No more than 2 or 3 seconds, and we're good to operate again. Well, that was it with about the equipment in detail. And since we have already put everything out, we are going to set up here and have some short activation before the sun sets down and it gets colder. So let's get on it. I will set up the gear, and Maria will catch some scenery around us and also the gear in action. So this will be it, and this is going to be an outro for this video, and thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, etc, etc, etc. Let's hook up the transformer, and the great thing about having the wire on this circular, whatever you want to call it, is that you can just, and that's it, for fast deployment. Now we are going to use the pole with the straps, which are we going to just strap to the tree. This is the emergency, Well, we have a cord for this stuff which we somehow forgot to pack, so we have to improvise. But that is the thing with field operations, improvisations, which is, if you watched first video that we published on our channel, is when we had a broken microphone. So yeah, the improvisation is actually the why we do this. But it's not fun when everything works as expected. Now onto the cable itself. Actually, hook up to the transformer. And the other part goes right here. And then we connect the battery. And we are good to go. There is one other piece of equipment that we forgot to mention, which is hidden in plain sight actually. This Yaesu microphone is not a Yaesu microphone. This is actually a voice keyer. It is packed into a Yaesu microphone enclosure, but it actually has circuit and memory and electronics and stuff, so it can call CQ automatically. You have memory for one message. You can store one message, and you use the FST key to transmit. If you hold it half a second, it will transmit every 3, 6 or 10 seconds, depending on how you configure it. So there's that very fine piece of equipment to have.